Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 15th International Symposium on Sophisticated Car Safety Systems. We are here in the exhibition area of our symposium, and please join me so that we can have a look at the most important highlights which are displayed here. So we are here at the booth of Astotec. I'm talking to Mr. Dablander. You're a long-standing member of the airbag community and you've been to the airbag several times, but this time around it's something special. You have a new logo, a new name and a new appearance?
Yeah, right. So in 2020 the company was rebranded from company Württemberger, which was a very long working company in Austria, to a company Astotec. So we have moved the brand, it was rebranding to Astotec, and now we have a new logo, a new identity now with company.
What about the products you are displaying here at the Airbag 2022?
Basically, we are introducing different products. The newest product we have is this electric pyrotechnic circuit breakers for electric vehicles. This is the newest product we show here. Then we are showing the other products we have already, like actuators for pedestrian protection. And then the other products we are doing for occupant protection, this like microgas generators, igniters, and all the stuff from where we are basically coming from. So this is the basis for all our development. Also for the new products, we're coming from there, and this is what we're showing today.
And I can imagine that your new product with the circuit breakers is probably something which is very sought after for the time being. As we know, electrification happens everywhere, on the ground, even in the air. So can you tell us something about these products particularly? Are they for 400 volt or 800 volt systems?
We have the low voltage and the high voltage systems. Low voltage is everything up to 60 volts. And then we have also the products for up to 1000 volts. So we can offer products for both standards, for 400 and 800 volts. There's always some margin to be on the safe side, but we can offer products for both kinds of cars.
We are here at Autoliv's exhibition at the Airbag 2022. It's an impressive lineup what you have here. Please tell us about some of the highlights.
We have currently two main tendencies. One tendency is that we're focusing outside of the car. It's not for the people who are hitting the car or have the potential to hit the car, it's as well for other ways of mobility, and Autoliv has a clear strategy that we want to improve mobility and society, and this is a broad field. It's not focusing only anymore on automotive, so this is something new to present. And when I would like to go from outside to inside, then one of the highlights is an outside airbag. It's not super new because we have started since 10 years with airbags which are in the area of the windscreen to protect for bicyclist accidents, for example. But this is now a new branch, which is not people mover, it's movers for goods. So in the future you will see more often, and this is started. Neuro is a good example, and we have a cooperation with Neuro that we protect such autonomous people and goods mover in the future for potential risks for the VR use, for example.
Yes, I've also seen you have an innovative solution displayed here and presented also at the symposium.
Yes.
An airbag bicycle helmet.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah. I'm very happy to have this as well, because I ride my bike and I have 100% a helmet on. But we see that there is a potential to improve further the restraint of a helmet, especially for higher velocities. And when we look to this new tendency that we have more powered bikes, electrification of bicyclists, so they drive faster, more accidents happen, especially with older people. And there's a cooperation with the company POC, where we made a general investigation about the potentials, and we see a big potential to improve the restraint system for helmets. So there's a challenge. The weight is a challenge. We want to keep the same weight. Yeah, it's somehow between 500-600 grams nowadays. And we want to keep as well the same package, because package makes sense, and you have to take it if you don't ride a bike with you. Yeah? So same weight, same package, but better restraint performance.
Yeah, we have seen that also in the presentation, how it really enhances and reduces the G-forces on the head. Yeah. So that those are applications, let's say, outside the vehicle and for other users. You also have some innovative solutions inside the vehicle.
Yeah, inside. This is as well a big playground, let's say it like this, because since the question of autonomous driving and more freedom, different use styles of vehicles, is creating a lot of additional questions. I think a new dimension of questions, because nowadays usually occupants or people are sitting in a defined way in a car.
Yes.
There's no other chance. Otherwise you cannot drive the car. In the future it will look different, and there is the wish of other seating position, rest position, and this creates a lot of new questions. And we have created a system, an idea, and as well qualified for buckled up seating positions, not for the unbuckled ones, to restrain in a way without a normal side airbag, without a normal driver airbag, without a normal IC airbag. It's a seat-centric system which is in the seat, and therefore you have the possibility to move the seat where you want. Yes. And it protects you in all the different positions in the best way. So this is
maximum flexibility.
Maximum flexibility, yes.
We are here at Robert Bosch GmbH's exhibition at the Airbag 2022. Please tell us a little bit about the highlights you are exhibiting here at the event.
We are here because we see that there's a trend in occupant safety systems for better protection of occupants and also for electrification of the vehicles, and of course also preparation of automated driving. Mm-hmm. And for this we have here some electronic control units and corresponding sensors enabling protection and also automated driving.
So control units, what are the trends and developments going on in that area with Robert Bosch GmbH?
For the control units we see two trends. One is that we do integrate more and more functions for other systems, that maybe other control units are not needed anymore, so that we integrate the function into the control unit. On the other side, we see an increasing complexity because there's more need for sensors, for additional functions. For example, also for the electric vehicles, where we have sensors also located at the rear of the vehicle for rear pressures.
And the topic of integration is also not only a topic in the area of control units, but also in the area of sensors. You have here also sensor systems which are combining various sensing technologies and possibilities.
Yeah, so our classical peripheral sensors normally have only just one sensing axis. And at the moment we are developing in the same housing sensors which will be able to deliver 2 or even 3 axis information, also with different resolutions maybe for the different channels, so that we can really add on one side functions of classical occupant protection, but also other functions for the OEM, like for example damping control or even small damage detection functionality.
We are all waiting for automotive driving level 4 coming onto the market. I'm sure this is also, as you already mentioned, also a big topic with Bosch. Are there any special products or highlights you are promoting here at the Airbag in that area?
Yeah, exactly. We have one specific airbag control unit which will be introduced to the market next year, where we have integrated into the airbag control unit a high precise inertial sensors. There's a redundant set of these inertial sensors in order to provide the position information of the automated vehicle in case that the primary functionality given by GPS signals, for example, or a camera is not given. So this is a fallback solution which is really required for level 3 or level 4.
So redundancy is something where also Bosch is able to supply solutions.
Yeah.
We are here at Continental. You have quite an impressive also lineup of various control units and also sensors. And I understand it right, electromobility is the key topic you are displaying here.
Yes, that's right. So this is one of our new innovation, one of our highlight, I would say. So we are concentrating on electrical vehicles now on the trend, which we are looking in the future, and currently we have the trend already. And we are facing one particular problem. The problem is that the battery in the electrical vehicles are not really protected in a good way. We have seen that a lot of damages happening and also a lot of accidents. And here the battery is really a weak point. When we protect the battery, we indirectly protect the occupants.
Yes.
You can understand, right? Yes. And therefore we focus now with a new innovation on battery impact detection system. This is our new product. And this new product is based on field-proven technology. So you see here, this is a tube sensor with 2 pressure satellites, and this new system is assembled in the battery compartment, in the underfloor.
Okay.
That means, in case you are hitting any stone, you're driving over rumbled roads, for example, and there are hits from any kind of objects, mainly stones, it can damage your battery.
Of course.
It damages your underfloor and can damage the battery. With some severe issues afterwards you do not know, because you are just driving, but nobody is warning you, and there is no indication that something really heavily hit your underfloor. And this is done by this system. It's assembled in the underfloor, and for any kind of objects impacting or hitting the underfloor, this system will detect it. It even will detect how severe the issue was, the impact was.
Through the pressure
exactly,
pulse.
you have a pressure rise, and then you can have a light impact, or you can have a heavy impact. So in any case, when there is a heavy or medium impact, the driver will be warned and the issue will be stored. That means when there is a severe issue, the driver is recommended to drive to the garage, and the garage can read out how heavily the impact was. If you do not have this kind of system, and the battery is damaged and do not know, then in any case, maybe the battery is completely changed. And this can really lead to very high costs when the complete system is changed. When you have this system, it can also give the information to the battery management system, for example, that there are some actions taken.
State of health monitoring system, or a part of the state of health.
Exactly.
I can also see that you have two sensors here. So does that mean that you're also able to sense the location roughly of the hit onto the
This
battery?
is right, but this is also for plausibility reasons.
Okay.
So you have got a redundancy.
Yes.
And that's right, you can also locate where it is.
All right.
Roughly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is the sensor side, and also the corresponding control units are a part of your lineup?
Exactly. So it plays together with the airbag control unit. So the airbag control unit is the heart of our safety system, and all information is calculated in the airbag control unit, and then we decide whether what kind of actions need to be taken, whether to inform the driver or store what kind of event happening and so on. So this is then the computing device for this product.
So the sensor sends its information to the airbag control unit, not directly to the battery management system, but the airbag control unit communicates again with the BMS, with the battery management system.
Exactly. Airbag control unit is communicating with the rest of the vehicle, and also decides what to do.
Okay. Maybe it's not only up to Continental, but when do you think that we will see these systems on the market?
I can imagine that possibly in 5 years. It very much depends on the OEM, on how you integrate that. So it needs to be customized, of course, because every underfloor is looking a little different, and how to integrate it. So here we really need closely together with an OEM to bring it into a market.
So I am here at Fraunhofer ICT's booth at the Airbag 2022. Please tell us a little bit about what you are doing in the area of gas generators and airbag research.
Thank you very much, and welcome to our booth on the Airbag 2022. We are showing here our holistic manufacturing and development area of the airbag gas generator systems, and focusing on our holistic tool chain on the gas generator system. Starting with the material development and manufacturing, going on to the characterization, going on further to the modeling and simulation, and ending in the system validation and prototyping testing.
So these are the core competences, and I can see you also have some other exhibits here.
Yes, the competences are supported by our data acquisition system, where we are able to acquire the real-life data inside the airbag system or nearby, and evaluate the influence of the aging on the performance of gas generator systems. We are also showing here the possibility in our institute to develop a gas generator from a clean sheet of paper to a prototype, coming from the conceptual design to a detailed design and to the simulation of gas and temperature. We are also showing here an example to get into the market with a VTOL hanging on top of our heads, where we have the possibility to develop a landing system for emergency reasons on water.
So in addition to your holistic research competence, I can also see that you are displaying a product from a partner company here on your booth. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, we are here with our partner Advanet, who is a partner from the avalanche airbag industry, and we are helping the partner to getting into the market and to supporting him with the help he needs.
So we are here at Global Safety Textiles, and after walking the exhibition here today, we have seen a lot of applications in the area of gas generators and airbags itself, but here it's all about producing textiles and producing innovative textiles. I'm here together with Peter Gutzeit, Director Global Application Engineering Fabric and OPW, and David Williamson, Director Global Process Application Engineering Cushions. Thanks for having us. Mr. Gutzeit, can you tell us a little bit about the innovations in terms of products your company is displaying here at the Airbag 2022?
We have two different approaches here which we'd like to highlight. As we understand, this is general trend in industry to have more function in a cushion and to respect the nature by reducing carbon footprint. This is a request through the whole industry chain, starting from the OEM, going into the airbag module producer, and then translated to us as fabric producer. We have two options to significantly reduce carbon. This can be introduce bio-based raw material in the polyester or to have recycled material. Both have very good option to reduce carbon, either by having ethylene glycol, which is one of the raw materials to polyester, and this allows potential of 25% carbon reduction, but having totally the same performance in fabric and later on in cushion. Recycled, you have much more potential, but the mechanical properties are a little bit below established fossil-based materials.
So by implementing innovations like this, you're actually also helping your customers and in the end the OEMs to also achieve their sustainability goals?
Definitely, yes. This is a request in the industry and translated to the whole process chain. And we support with fabric-based reduction, which allows module-based and OEM-based reduction.
Well, thank you. Also in terms of product you're displaying here, innovations, explain a little bit what they are about.
One of our new innovations is this three-layer OPW airbag. Standard two-layer OPWs have been used in side curtain applications successfully for 20 years or so. We've now managed to produce this three-layer product, and with special weaving patterns we have the ability to produce different designs in the different layers, which then allows us to create a three-dimensional deployment and bending of the OPW airbag. We have this additional functionality, and then this can allow us to provide solutions potentially for current airbag applications and also future applications in terms of new seating arrangements and so on.
Okay, and we have seen that that is definitely a mega trend with autonomous driving and stuff. And you guys will be able to supply solutions.
That's the intention.
To realize that.
A standard two-layer OPW has a two-dimensional inflation shape. Now with the three-layer, when it's inflated, we can get the bag to bend and provide protection closer to the occupant. We can also get it to bend in all directions to avoid certain shape restrictions, potentially in new seating arrangements. We can go a further step to actually completely roll the bag, again having protection volume for limited inflation volume. Again having potential applications for new seating where the protection needs to be brought close to the occupant. We can now do this in a controlled way with an OPW product, which is known to be robust and has the performance and also the commercial advantages compared to alternative cut and sew products.
So looking forward to autonomous driving levels 4, respectively level 5, global safety textiles will be able to provide solutions for the interior space in terms of passive safety systems.
That's right, definitely with this product we see the potential to provide solutions and ideas to address those challenges.
Well, I would like to wish you good luck on that path moving forward, and thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to present our innovations.
So we are here at the booth of Hyundai Mobis. What is the company all about?
Regarding the airbag, the Mobis has produced 1,040 billion airbag products since 2000. We strive to satisfy customers with the best quality, and nowadays we are developing the technology to meet the changing interior and the requirement of cars.
So it's a very challenging time. We have electromobility, digitalization,
Yes, right,
and
yeah.
autonomous driving.
Yes, right.
And I can see you have a lot of product addressing these challenges with innovations.
Yes.
So I can see you have also your seat-mounted all-in-one airbag system.
That is the airbag for autonomous speakers. The autonomous speaker offers us a wider variety of seating and activities, so it's more difficult to protect the occupants because of their degree of freedom is higher than the conventional one. So we developed that kind of seat-centered airbag, so it can remove or reduce all the other airbag system. So it can develop the performance with it in frontal crashes and side crashes and the far side crashes.
All-in-one system.
Yeah, right.
And I can also see you have done significant efforts in making the systems more compact and lightweight.
Yeah.
You have an impressive showcase here with the seat rest.
Because of autonomous vehicle need more spacious interior cabin, so we have to make more smaller component for them. So we are trying to minimize our packaging size. So in particular, that side airbag is world's smallest airbag that progresses with the development of thinnest inflator.
Okay.
So
Well, yes, it's impressive to see how it fits into the seat rest. And I've also seen you have also the system integration competence within Hyundai Mobis. So Hyundai Mobis is able to supply the entire service to an OEM.
Yes, right. Yeah. So in order to protect properly the passengers, we have to sense the passengers in real time. So we are trying to develop this kind of in-cabin monitoring system with a 2D camera, so we can deploy our dual depth airbag or the other airbags on time, and we will deploy the pre-tensioning seat belts before the crashes. Yeah.
We are here at Joyson Safety System. Exciting times for passive safety systems. Tell us a little bit about some of the highlights you have on your booth.
Yeah, it's an honor to have you here at our booth to show our newest developments. It's still regarding passive safety is a mature technology. It's well established. It's deeply penetrated into the fleet out on the road. But still, there are challenging times upcoming, especially with the autonomous driving initiatives, with the developments in that area, with the electric car initiative of the governments, and the regulations upcoming are also very, very challenging. Despite that, regulatory requirements all around the globe, the regulatory organs try to keep up with the pace of the development of the market, and we are answering to that. It's really never been boring in this area, but with these new drivers, autonomous and e-drive, the pace is getting up again.
And we can see that there is a lot of interest in your showcased bar systems. We can see it here straight behind us. A lot of discussions going on. What is this system all about?
With a conventional car at the moment, you have a fixed position of your passenger, so you can place your restraint systems as you know where to receive the passenger during the accident. You know what to expect, you know, the levels you can adjust with all protection systems together in the car, because belt and airbag is only one part. It's also the structure, it's a crash structure in the car body, which helps also a lot. And that makes it difficult when you take into account the freedom introduced by autonomous driving. Yes. You do not have to sit in the position we know since childhood. You have different angles of forces to the passenger. At the moment, with bars, we are bringing the protection directly to the passenger where it's needed.
You also mentioned next to autonomous driving, you also said, of course, electrification and digitalization and electrification is already with us.
Yeah.
And I've also seen that you have some innovative products in the area of electromobility.
The new, opportunities with what's called motorized seatbelt. So you're not anymore relying on pyrotechnic restraint devices, which is a one show.
Yes.
You have, it's operated once and then you have to replace it. And with a motorized seatbelt, you also have a multitude of opportunities to adapt to the crash scenario. Mm-hmm. Also to the person. Do I have a 5% female, we call it, so low weight, small person? Do I have a 95% male upper limit of the weight scale? You can adjust the system so you can make it to the personal need of
more versatile.
More versatile. Yeah. And where we are really proud of is the Pyro battery disconnect.
Yes.
We've earned 3 prizes in a row.
Seen the awards, yes.
Yeah, and that brings us also to, besides the regulatory requirements, also to an upcoming topic which is getting speed, and that's called sustainability.
Exciting times.
Exciting times,
in this
definitely.
business, and Joyson Safety Systems,
Yeah.
you're on the right path to providing solutions for the future.
Correct. You summarize it extremely well.
So we're here at Yanfang. Mike, it's an impressive lineup of products you have here, and not only products but also systems.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what Yanfang is exhibiting and displaying here.
Okay, so Yanfang is a Chinese state-owned company. It's a major tier 1 supplier in the automotive industry. So we supply interior, seating, electronics, passive safety, which I'm part of the business unit, as well as exterior and also door mechanisms. So we are a broad-based supplier in the tier 1 automotive business, very much Chinese-centric today, but with aspirations to grow both in Europe and in North America. The products that we supply, as I mentioned, Yanfang Safety supplies traditionally airbags, steering wheels, seat belts, electronic functions that connect those as a system solution. That to me is a step 1. Step 2 is we actually take those same products and fully integrate them into the products that we already have inside the company. So seating, instrument panels would be good examples where we can take those safety components and make them as a system or a sub-system supply to the OEMs that we serve. We all are aware of the mega trends in the automotive industry today. So autonomous drive, connectivity, electrification. So electrification, which drives the change from ICE to BEV, transitions the platform of assembly to be very different. So imagine skateboard with a big battery pack. So the ability to take sub-assembly or system solutions and basically just in time or just in sequence those to the OEM is a big benefit. And also it takes away the need to have 2 suppliers versus 1. It gives efficiency in engineering development, it gives logistical improvements, and the component assembly itself can be lighter weight, it can be of a higher performance, it can take into account sustainability as a measure of performance in the materials that we select. So there are many elements in terms of sub-assembly and system supply that we think we can benefit the OEMs that we serve, which won't be the same perhaps as a conventional supplier today.
And you mentioned efficiency. Also, the display you have here developed within a time frame of 15 months.
Yeah.
That is
another mega trend. So, I mean, if you look at some of the new mobility players in the industry today, 14 to 17 months is a typical window from start to finish. So we need to be agile as a tier one supplier to be able to mirror that.
ZF exhibition at the Airbag 2022. I am here with Dirk Schulz, Vice President Engineering Inflatable Restraint System and Inflators. Dirk, first of all, it's an impressive lineup of innovations that you have here. Take us on a small tour. What are the main highlights on this year's exhibition?
Our seatbelts are the products that are protecting you every day. But here we have some new technology. If we use, in addition to our mechanical devices, electromotors for our buckles and our retractors, so we can activate them, we can further enhance comfort as well as safety. For example, our active buckle lifter. When you are pulling on the belt, you can see how an active buckle lifter is helping you to buckle up. This improves comfort, but also improves safety, because also when buckling up is more easy, then people will wear their safety belts. In addition, our active retractor can also help you when a crash is unavoidable. Already before the crash would happen, it starts to warn you, and by doing so, you can also be more safe, for example, in auto emergency braking maneuvers that we are discussing the whole day during our presentations there. Comfort is one of the key features for the interior of the future. And when we are talking about special comfort position, very often we are talking about so-called reclined seating. Well, what does this mean? I can show you. Look here. When you're going in this kind of comfort position,
leaning backwards,
you are more far away from the conventional passenger airbag. So you need really completely adaptive systems in order to provide an excellent protection for these reclined seating positions. The airbag must be super flexible. Sometimes they have to deploy very large, sometimes they have to deploy a little bit smaller, sometimes with a higher pressure, sometimes with a lower pressure. And we are realizing this with our dual contour airbag technologies. You can see here in our configurator how we can tailor the airbag when you are in a comfort position and you are more far away from the instrument panel. We can steer it in a way that it deploys larger, and when you are sitting closer to the instrument panel, it is deploying smaller. Adaptive systems, this is what is needed for the interior of the future.
And I can imagine also for a volume of this size, you probably would also need a very performant gas generator, Dirk.
Absolutely, because a conventional passenger airbag today has a typical volume in a sedan car of maybe 120 liter. But if you are more far away, we can easily come in the range of 150, 160 liter. And we develop new inflator technology in order to realize this.
And you have this also displayed here on your booth?
Yes, we do.
So this is the gas generator for the dual contour airbag?
Yes, exactly. That's our new PHI-7 inflator. The PHI-7 inflator is a completely new developed tubular inflator. This inflator was launched last year, first time, and is available as a single-stage inflator, as a dual-stage inflator. It is fully tailorable concerning performance and onset. The good thing is that we have a lot of performance buffer for the interior of the future. We can fill back cushions up to 160 liter, in dual-stage maybe even up to 180 liter.
And what would be the airbag application, or where in the cabin could we use volumes like that?
Well, on the one hand, for this kind of dual contour airbag application, as we just discussed before, but when we are talking about the interior of the future, we also see a lot of new cockpit concepts. And these cockpit concepts very often have special features in the instrument panel. We saw this in our presentation. Sometimes we have screens in the instrument panel, sometimes beamers in the instrument panel, storage plates, magnetic holders for cell phone. So being a passenger airbag engineer, you ask yourself the question, where can I package my passenger airbag? And one solution could be a bag-in-roof. And that's what you can see here. And this is also based on our new PHI-7 inflator, because the dimensions of the tube are smaller, makes it easier.
We can fit it in the roof structure.
Correct. Make it easier to install. And also when you're coming out of the roof, of course, you need to fill huge airbag volumes if you wanted to address all these safety and comfort position, or maybe for commercial vehicles if you have even two people sitting on the passenger side.
It's impressive. It's impressive in terms of performance, and it's impressive also to see what the new possible applications can be with these powerful gas generators.
Of course, if you have a slim passenger airbag inflator, you can also create this kind of new slim passenger airbag modules. This really helps you to define the next generation of instrument panels, these so-called slim instrument panels, where we need to package in a different way. So we have solutions for that.
Okay. Last but not least, you also have an impressive cooperation exhibit here with Ital Design.
Yes, and I would really like to show this to you, because we talked a lot about technologies like driver airbag in the instrument panel or maybe in the roof area. But what if one day the seats are sliding or gliding through the vehicles without any fixed relation to a cockpit?
We need to integrate the airbags into the seat.
Everything needs to be seat-centered. And we defined a collaboration with a partner, Ital Design, and I would really like you to introduce to our two experts.
So we're here at maybe the major highlight on the ZF stand, a collaboration project between Ital Design and ZF. I'm here together with Mr. Todt, who is Head of Engineering Excellence and Innovation at ZF, and Mr. Davide Cassini, who is the Chief Technical Officer at Ital Design. First of all, congratulations and my compliment on this exciting demonstration. Mr. Todt, first of all, explain to us a little bit what was the cooperation between Ital Design and ZF in this area. What was it about?
So basically, the product idea has a long history at ZF, but with the stimuli from Ital Design, which is a really very innovative and agile quasi-OEM for us, they kind of stepped into a role of an OEM and made the vehicle integration, and we brought in our profound component knowledge on seatbelts and airbags being integrated.
So, Mr. Cassini, as CTO of Ital Design, you have been able to play your competences in terms of integrating ZF's technology into a vehicle environment.
Absolutely.
With all kind of evaluations and testing?
Absolutely. As Mr. Todt said, we played somehow the role of the OEM. So we defined which were the needs, the targets, and then we operated by integrating the system into the vehicle and then running all the needed activities in order to evaluate the performances and all the different aspects of integration into the vehicle, coming to very interesting results in the end of this first phase of concept development.
Speaking of results, if we compare this to, let's say, a conventional belt and airbag solution, what are the major benefits and takeaways out of this development?
In terms of performances, they are fully aligned to a system of belt plus airbag integrated into the dashboard when we speak about application on the front passenger. The major benefits here are the fact that the airbag is no more integrated into the dashboard, it's directly on the belt, and it's a self-supporting airbag, so no need of a surface to react on for the airbag. So in the end, we are able to develop a dashboard without any constraint of installing an airbag, and this gives a lot of freedom to the design. In addition to that, we made the first evaluation also in terms of costs and timing, development timing, and we came to the conclusion that both development and variable costs overall are lower than traditional solutions.
The way moving forward, what is it going to be looking like? When are we going to see this in a serious application?
A very good question, because everything that Mr. Cassini described was describing to the today's nominal restraints position, where we have a fully equivalent with the passenger airbag. Going forward, we see now also OEMs looking into applying this not only to the passenger side, we can scale it now to the rear seat, we can scale it to the driver side, and especially, and we will see this also tomorrow, we have the possibility to give reclined backrest angle to the occupant, so being seated more in a relaxed way and still have a full frontal protection.
Well, gentlemen, first of all, thank you very much. And once again, congratulations on this development. So that was a brief overview of some of the innovations we have shown here at the Airbag 2022. It's been an impressive lineup, a lot of innovations in an exciting time for the automotive industry and other application areas for the airbag. Thank you for being with us. See you soon.